Most people walk across it without a second thought. Builders scrape it away. Farmers replace it with bags and bottles. Yet for over 1,000 years, this so-called dirt was carefully made, guarded and passed down because, entire communities depended on it. Long before fertilizers, long before irrigation schedules, long before soil tests, there existed a deliberate soil recipe designed to feed crops, hold water, resist exhaustion, and, improve itself over time. When historians finally studied surviving examples, they found soil that was still fertile centuries later. That discovery forces an uncomfortable question. What did earlier societies understand about soil that modern practice has forgotten? Why ancient societies treated soil as infrastructure, not background? Historical records from East Asia, Mesoamerica, parts of Africa and medieval Europe show a shared mindset. Soil was not a passive medium. It was engineered. Families inherited land not just by boundary, but by soil condition. Fields were judged by colour, smell, texture and behaviour after rain. When soil failed, it was rebuilt rather than replaced. The reason was simple. Soil failure meant famine. Knowledge that protected soil survival became cultural memory. The misunderstood soil that outsiders dismissed as ordinary dirt. When colonial observers first described certain ancient farmlands, they used dismissive language. Dark soil was labelled dirty. Ash-rich fields were considered burnt. Mixed organic layers were seen as waste dumping. What they missed was intent. Later analysis revealed consistent recipes. Organic matter was not random. Minerals were not accidental. Charred material was not residue. Each component played a defined role. How the lost soil recipe balanced biology, minerals and structure. At its core, the recipe relied on three elements working together. Stable carbon to store nutrients and water, mineral fines to bind those nutrients and prevent loss, organic inputs at different decay stages to feed soil life continuously rather than in bursts. The role of charred material in preserving fertility for centuries. One of the most critical components was low-temperature char, produced intentionally, not as ash. This char acted as a long-term scaffold. It absorbed nutrients, sheltered microbes, and prevented compaction. To apply this today, clean plant material is charred slowly with limited oxygen until it becomes lightweight, porous carbon rather than ash. Once cooled, it is crushed and preloaded with nutrients by soaking it in compost tea, manure slurry, or even diluted urine before mixing into soil. This step matters, Raw char absorbs nutrients aggressively and can actually starve plants if added untreated. Why did ancient soils layer organic matter instead of mixing it evenly? Another overlooked principle was stratification. Fresh organic matter was rarely mixed deeply. Instead, soils were built in layers. Coarser material went deeper, while finer compost stayed near the surface. This controlled decomposition speed and root behavior. How did mineral dust lock nutrients in place? Ancient soil builders intentionally added fine mineral particles such as clay subsoil, volcanic dust or crushed rock. These minerals carry electrical charges that bind nutrients, preventing them from washing away during rain. Now, why did this soil actually improve itself over time, instead of, degrading like so many others? Modern soils quite often lose their fertility the more they're used. But this ancient recipe, well, it did the opposite. As the organic matter broke down, it fed the microbes living in these tiny carbon pores. Those microbes, in turn, released nutrients slowly, year after year, which improved soil aggregation and structure as time went on. So, what happens if we try to recreate this recipe today, even partially? Well, gardeners who follow even some parts of this system are reporting that they need to water less, plants grow more steadily, and there are fewer nutrient deficiencies. The soil stays cool in the heat, drains properly during heavy rain, and interestingly, it remains workable for much longer, even into dry seasons. The key is patience. This is not a one-season fix. It is soil built with future harvests in mind. Why this knowledge was lost despite its effectiveness? Industrial agriculture prioritized speed, uniformity, and transportability. Soil recipes that required observation and time did not scale easily. Fertilizers replaced soil skill. The recipe faded, not because it failed, but because it demanded care. What this 1,000-year-old soil teaches modern growers. It teaches restraint. It teaches layering instead of mixing blindly. It teaches that soil is alive, memory-based, and responsive to how it is treated. Most importantly, it teaches that fertility can be built rather than bought. If this guide helped uncover the intelligence hidden beneath our feet, support Hydrohaven by subscribing, sharing this episode, and helping keep forgotten agricultural knowledge alive for future growers and historians alike.